Hi friends! Today video about Sony Xperia 1.5.
A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon. Got a taste, can't erase bitterness in my face. Work a job every day till
all the finest aspects of the previous Sony Xperia 1.4 phones are still there in the new model Sony Xperia 1.5. The 6.5-inch OLED panel has a film-friendly 21:9 aspect ratio, a crazily detailed 4K resolution, and no display notches or punch-hole cameras. Including a 4K high refresh rate display, expandable storage, cutting-edge cameras with eye-tracking focusing, a 5000 mAh battery, a devoted tackle shutter button, and a headphone jack. All of these features are housed in Sony's lovely, unpretentious, utilitarian design. For its target request of creative individuals who demand fine granulated control over the material they produce, similar to photographers, filmmakers, musicians, and gamers, the phone is brimming with numerous quality-of-life advancements. A Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 engine speeds up operations. Gorilla Glass Victus 2 provide durability to the phone's screen, and the ability to flip the Photo Pro and Video Pro applications between landscape and portrait orientations just makes sense. The phone's sides are ribbed to make them easier to hold. The phone's rear glass included an imprinted texture that improves the appearance and feels. A new sensor for the main camera is one of the Xperia 1.5's biggest improvements. 3 of the 4 cameras are the same as those seen in the Sony Xperia 1.4 from the previous year. In addition to 12-megapixel telephoto and an ultra-wide camera on the back, there is a 12-megapixel selfie camera on the front. The telephoto lens is one of the Xperia 1.5's standout features, while not being very new. The phone's variable telephoto lens allows for an optical zoom range of 3.5x to 5.2x. The 52-megapixel Sony main camera sensor is the major news, though. This sensor is wider than the typically square-shaped sensors found in most smartphones. On practically all other phones, the camera makes use of the entire sensor while taking pictures, and it makes use of a 16:9 cut in the middle when recording videos. Sony increased the sensor's width so that videos may use the whole sensor's height. To create 12-megapixel images, photos are binned into groups and trimmed to 48 megapixels from the sides. The faster new sensor allows Sony to use more computational photography processing. The Galaxy S23 Ultra and the iPhone 14 Pro are outperformed by the Sony Xperia 1.5. The Xperia 1.5 is made for people who wish to customize the settings for how their photos and movies are taken. It's not meant to be a simple point-and-shoot activity. You may edit your photos and videos using the Xperia Photo Pro and Video Pro programs, as well as Cinema Pro. The same thing can be done with third-party apps for the iPhone and S23 Ultra, but nothing compares to what Sony does. The phone's interface is essentially changed by Photo Pro to resemble that of Sony Alpha cameras on the right side of the phone. There is also a separate hardware shutter button, something the Galaxy S23 Ultra and iPhone 14 Pro do not have. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor and 12GB of RAM make up the Xperia's core components. These specifications make the Xperia 1.5 nimble and quick. The phone easily handled long days of taking images and films, as well as more basic tasks like surfing on social media and playing video games. Much of this is due to the processor. The 5000 mAh battery in the Xperia 1.5 is identical to that in the Xperia 1.4. It can be charged at a maximum 30 watt over USB-C and at 15 watt using a Qi charging pad. That puts it roughly on line with Google, Apple, and Samsung, but much below Chinese giants like the Xiaomi 13 Pro. Sony doesn't supply a USB-C cable or even a charger with the device. Sony claims that the battery can be charged to 50% in 30 minutes and can handle continuous movie playback for over 20 hours. While it is now available for pre-order in the United States, it will not arrive until after July 28th and is not scheduled to be available in Australia. Nevertheless, it will ship on June 29th in the United Kingdom, with pre-orders beginning on June 14th. You need to budget at least $1,399.99, £1,299 for it. That is also the starting price, which means that 512 gigabytes of storage will cost more than 256 gigabytes. Even if it is not available in every location. Some reasons to buy Sony Xperia 1.5. Excellent for outdoor photography. The display is smooth whether playing video games or browsing the web. There are no frame drops whether playing video games or viewing videos. Color that is appropriate for indoor and low-light environments, providing ample freedom while dialing.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, share. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next video.
He is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe